Kabam are not removing 3 stars from Cavalier Crystals anytime soon. No 2017 rank up gems in Variant 5 next month. And 5-star Wolverine's regen is insane. Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the Marvel Contest of Champions news for Wednesday. Hopefully you have a lovely day, or having a lovely day, or going to have a lovely day, or thinking about having a lovely day. And if you're not having a lovely day, then do some exercise. That usually helps me to put me in a better frame of mind. And the news today is going to focus on a lot of spicy topics, especially a lot of stuff that Kabam have responded back to from the community on the forums, and a few other things as well. Also, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed already. We'll post notifications on all and get involved with the comment section about some of the topics we cover in today's Marvel Contest of Champions news. Do bear in mind there's no time codes in the pinned comment anymore. It's over the screen. So down below you'll probably see something where you click it. Look, you can click little tabs there. But obviously if you watch the video from start to finish, you are the greatest of all time, and I appreciate you for that level of support. And those that come back to the channel and support through views, few likes, few interactions, and as well come to live streams on Twitch, on YouTube like you did yesterday. And yeah, thanks for all that love and support. And the final bits of thank yous just before we get into the news is to the YouTube members, to the Patreons. Thank you very much for supporting via that means, and as well those that support through Twitch Prime and as well Twitch subs. Obviously, if you don't know, I do a lot of live streaming over on Twitch where we play a lot of Marvel Contest of Champions and as well a little bit of Call of Duty Warzone. I'll be putting more games into the mix in later months, but I just want to give a massive thank you to those that support through those medium. They're on screen at the moment. And if you do want to give a free Twitch sub and you obviously have an Amazon Prime account, you can do it by following the on-screen instructions and as well the links in the description down below. And obviously if you want to renew, come by to the live stream tonight and we can chat as well. You can have a message read out by the AI that I've got that's a bit more intelligent than Kabam's. Oh, burn. Okay, let's kick things off with a little bit of a follow-up, a little bit of a reminder, and then some really hot and spicy topics. So first and foremost, if you didn't know already, your war rating is going to be compressed. And you will see a war rating reduced by 50%. The compression will expedite the process of Alliance finding their true war rating. This is obviously for things like matchmaking, stuff like that. As a reminder, matchmaking will now emphasize your Alliance's war rating above all else. This will ensure that alliances vying for the crown will be competing against other top alliances. This will take some time and may not be complete until tomorrow morning. We plan to have this process complete before matchmaking starts. Now, I lost my faith with Alliance Wars a long time ago, and as well I was obviously majorly hoping that the Dev Diary would put together something for the war future, but didn't really do that. But yeah, we'll just have to put up with this until, well, you know, the game mode gets a complete overhaul, which we don't know where that is, but there's other stuff in that Dev Diary that I'd like them to do first over something like Alliance Wars. Next up, and shout out to one of my elite members here on YouTube, and that's Christopher. Christopher made a great point, a great reminder to say that if you have not done Variant 3, in particular, Chapter 1, where you face off against 2 types of Magnetos, then it's important to do this as soon as possible. Now, as a lot of you know, a Magneto buff is coming to the game at the end of August. And in that time, you'll probably see 2 very, very strong characters. They're going to be very strong. So here's the thing, right? It's get in there, get it done. Now, I will be doing a guide at some point either this week or next week, but I am planning to take a little bit of a holiday by the end of this week. So it could be a case I put it into next week's video schedule. The fact is, you don't want to come across 2 of these in a kind of a god tier fashion. The same way, obviously, with the likes of Colossus. Taking down Colossus is very different now than it was back a while ago. And that's the same thing actually with the Colossus fight in this particular Variant 3 game mode, which I will talk about in a future video. So if you want to take them down in their current format, and obviously do bear in mind it could have some really weird interactions with metal champions or champions that cast certain things. So yeah, get it done as soon as possible. And as I said, guide next week on that particular thing. Our next story comes from Brutal DLX. So you might have seen this on Twitter with the extensive amount of regen that's stonkingly going on now. Look at that. That 1,656 regen that's just there. Oh, that's incredible amounts of regen. Now, obviously, this is Suicide Masteries that is in play at the moment. But obviously, the main thing to really point out is just the regen factor. The bleed is nice as well. That's not to say the bleed is it isn't as good as maybe we hoped. And is Wolverine the next god tier because he's 5-star? I doubt it. And especially with a lot of the modes and nodes that have been created by Kabam in the past, I don't know if you could really say that this is one of these, well, god tier champions. But the fact is, having extensive regen like that does mean that the champion is somewhat viable for a lot of different areas of the game, but I don't know if I would largely say that this would be, should I take this into every single game mode, like your Abyss of Legends, like your like Act 6, you know, that only time really will tell with that and experimentation. But not many people have a 5-star version at rank 5, 65 and 200 signature, but still, the regen is just absolutely beautiful to see. And now on to 3 stars in Cavalier Crystals, something that I've had my own opinions on in the past, and obviously many players have different thought processes on this. From my perspective, when you look to buy featured Cavaliers, because at the end of the day, nobody or not a lot of people are going like, right, well, I'm going to grind Arena to grab a load of units to then spend on featured Cavaliers or Cavalier Crystals in general. And I suppose people have done it in the past, but obviously they look at the value of the same thing in the same way that I do. Is that if I was looking to spend my money and I was doing them Cavaliers, to say that me spending 300 units, which obviously is a lot of money if you then compare it to how much you're actually spending from physical kind of like cash going from your wallet. To say that you pick up a 3-star champion, it just does not feel good. It feels really stinky and it does not feel like value for money, even a case of value for unit grind. So when it comes to potentially 3 stars being removed from those particular Cavalier Crystals, what is Kabam's stance on this at the moment, and was this something they considered for the roadmap itself? Now, Kabam Miki responds to a good chunk of like other suggestions that have been put here, but kind of goes a little bit further with this. But first of all, saying our team has committed to a lot, and I know that it won't answer everybody's granular wishes. There are millions of you. You've all got different requests and priorities. That obviously is very true. And that wasn't our goal. We want to make major strides, but we need to identify major pain points and can work on solutions that address as many of them as possible. So obviously that's the scope of what I need to cover. And finishing up with, that doesn't mean that we can't do some of these later. They're just not on our list at the moment. No, we're not doing yearly basics or removing 3 stars from Cavalier Crystals. Now, I used to be someone that really liked spending on the featured Cavalier Crystals until I really kind of like sat back and said like, you know, for £100, me spending £100 each time, what was I getting back value from it? The only time I will do featured Cavaliers or kind of early access bundles is when I'll have a sponsor for that particular video. And that makes more sense from me from like the business standpoint, because when it comes to business of the game, you spending the amount of money, like £50, to say like, what do you get back from it? A chance to get a slim chance to get a 6-star, a little bit more of an improved, slimmer chance of getting a 5-star version, and a better chance of getting a 4-star, but more than likely getting a 3-star version, does mean of that kind of like unpleasant taste in the mouth, which, you know, just makes me feel a little bit kind of like, why do I bother doing Cavalier Crystals? And something that I've still been hunting, and I'm still going to do a video which I'm going to put out probably in the next couple of weeks, which looks at how much I've spent to what I've got back, and try and see if I can compare that with other people, what they've spent and what they've got back. And that'll be something that'll be quite interesting to find out whether or not it feels fair. Obviously, is it more of a case of like, look, you spend your money on a roulette wheel chance and that is what you get, so take it or leave it, and other factors as well. Either way, it's a bit of an odd one to push. I'm sure there's going to be people that would be for the idea of taking away 3 stars from the Cavalier Crystals, and also those that kind of feel like, right, well, what does that do to the game economy side of things? But I'll put that into the comments section. You know, what are your thoughts on that, as well as some of the other stories we're going to cover today. And now on to our next story, which is Variant 5. Now, Variant 5 drops next month and should be a pretty fun one because it's got an emphasis on Venom, and I think it's got an emphasis on Guillotine as well. So it's going to be really cool, obviously. I really wish I had a 5-star version, but that's by the by. The fact is, was all this talk about the 2017 rank up gem? Well, this particular forum post has a response from Kabam, but obviously it's very important. Very important because if you're looking for a 2017 champion, these are the ones that you could be ranking up. Don't they look lovely? Absolutely lovely. However, though, the main point is, Command Mike says about this, even with like the reward side of things, I don't know the rewards, and I don't want to burst your bubble, but I don't think we'll be at 2017 gems yet. Now, I would expect to see an announcement in the next couple of weeks as to what's going to be happening next month, including the new variant. Now, here is the thing. Would you expect to see the rewards increase? Me personally, I feel they should be. And do bear in mind, the last time a variant was put in, the current meta shift, the way that obviously rewards need to be a little bit more rewarding, say, as of this month, as opposed to after the events of the last couple months, then you would expect the rewards to increase from, say, 5-star shard increases, not to mention the fact 6-star shard increases, and so many other things as well. But it'd be interesting to find out. I would expect to see a lot more signature stones be available, if they're being generic ones, if that is to be my own theory based on that. But we'll have to see what the rewards are, and if Command Mike hasn't seen them yet, then I can imagine this will be something down the line in the next couple of weeks that he'll learn more. Maybe he's not saying anything, maybe he's being a sneaky little boy. I'm on to you, Mike, and your secrets. But obviously, put it in the comment section down below thoughts on this. Would you like to see in 2017 rank up gems? Are you happy in any case? Because if you get a rank up gem for, you know, the likes of Falcon, then at least you could say, like, or a skill one, at least you could say that because champions in the future are going to be buffed up more frequently, that you'll see value to your 2015 and 2016 rank up gems. Thoughts in the comment section down below. Where do you lie on this? Okay, now on to the final story, which is arena predictions. Now, all my predictions are down below at the moment. The difficult thing about this is where people stand on arena grind. Seeing arena over the last couple of weeks got a little bit stale with grind, which I didn't really expect. However, though, with this being more of a hype champion, I feel that this might be a big push for people getting into arena. And I feel very strongly that we'll see at least 80 mil for the likes of Guardian. And that's just based on damage output from this obviously godly type representation that he's got. Not to mention the fact that I feel the 4-star version is going to go for 12.5. And as well, the 3-star version going for the normal 1.5. Darkhawk as well, putting in a strong 2.2 mil, but do expect that to be something close to about like 1.8 mil. And hopefully it's the case. I really don't want Guardian to go for 80 mil because I think that's just like, it's getting to the point of a bit overkill. However, though, it is a popular champion, and I'm sure a lot of players will turn up to grind from him. But if things go well for the arena's sake, it would be 80 mil. If things go poorly for the arena, expect that to drop to at least about 65 to 70 mil. But I just don't think it's going to be anything more than 80 mil or anything less than 65 mil. So, as I said, predictions down below, and there we go. That has indeed been your Marvel Contest of Champions news for Wednesday. Check out some recent content here, which will probably be the Iron Man VR series starting up, and as well some other content over the far left-hand corner. Check out Rich's Realm, because today I should be uploading the video that talks about the future of the channel, and as well some stuff news-wise from Marvel Realm type stuff, and as well some other content's going live on there. So thanks very much for watching. See you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.